This is coming up to my 47th year. Yeah, 47 years of really good selling and good business all the while. I've really enjoyed down here. Well, I'm very sorry to see this market move from here because a lot of the character will go out of it. But you've got to think about the modern age and the modern people coming into it, which I think it will certainly be a lot better working conditions.
Can then, please, young man. Okay. Let me get you a better bag for that.
Right. I don't know what they're going to do yet, because we don't know what the plans aren't finalised yet, so we don't know exactly what's going to happen. All I know is it's a big mistake. Because it's just not going to be viable for the people to move down to the new place, paying 3 times as much rent to carry on as they are. It's going to lose jobs. When your overheads go up, you take your cost base. The biggest cost is manpower, so they'll lose jobs. It's as simple as that. What more can we say? It's a mistake. They should have tried to redevelop the market as it stands now and kept it in the city, rather than move it to a smaller site or basically at the same size site and have the same kind of problems. Too many motors, not enough space.
Yes, I've got a good sample of Cambridge whites there and a good sample of Cambridge reds there. I'll have a couple of those, right? Okay then, thank you. Cabbage? Cabbage, yes, we've had some our own spring cabbage from Swine's Head this morning. Serve you £2 on that.
Sally, this stuff? Yeah.
1 bag of cooking onions, yeah. One of those, one of them, yeah. Yeah.
When the darkest clouds are in the sky, you mustn't sigh and you mustn't cry. Spread a little happiness as you go by. Please try. What's the use of worrying and feeling blue when days are long? Keep on smiling through. Spread a little happiness till dreams come true. Surely you'll be wise to make the best of every blues day. Don't you realize you'll find next Monday or next Tuesday your golden shoes day? Even when the darkest clouds are in the sky, you mustn't sigh and you mustn't cry. Spread a little happiness as you go by.
Some people are so desperate for a train they'll even leave the watches behind, or I'll take them on deposit until they get some money.
Don't you realize you'll find next Monday or next Tuesday your golden shoes day? Even when the darkest clouds are in the sky, you mustn't sigh and you mustn't cry. Spread a little happiness as you go by.
My sweetheart, how are you?
Well, I love breakfast, 2 eggs, fried slice, 2 B&B. See which one up, please.
Thank you, Jim. I'll put that through then. What's breakfast?
Beautiful.
£3, my sweetheart. Thank
Cheers,
you
madam.
very much.
Thank you.
Morning.
Morning, Dave.
Good shot.
Well, there's going to be more jobs in this area when the wholesale market goes, and the jobs will be in different areas. My only worry is that the types of jobs that come into the wholesale market will be different. It'll change the area. They might gentrify the area. They might actually change this market, and that's the last thing we want, because this place is for people who have got haven't got much money, but they need somewhere to congregate. They've been coming here for 30 years, 40 years, I don't know how long it is, but they want somewhere where they can buy cheap things, cheap and cheerful, where they can get their weekly shopping, as well as going to the co-op or wherever else just around here.
I've been 31 years a police officer, and a lot of my early formative years were spent policing this area. It's an area I enjoyed policing. A lot of challenges. It was a rough area in the nicest sense of the word. Hard-working people living in the district, visiting the pubs in the district at the weekends. If they had fights, they tended to sort the fights out between themselves. If the fight did get more serious and the police were called in, you tended to get support from other people in the pub. Clearly things have changed. Unemployment's had an effect. There's not so much money around. Perhaps the pubs aren't quite so busy. Yes, there's fights, yes, there's violence, but I feel less under threat, and my officers feel less under threat in the district of Sneinton than perhaps other areas of the inner city.
Thank you, love. Have a nice day, okay?
No, thank you.
Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
14, 15 months now I've been homeless. And nobody does anything about it. Everybody has marches, shouts and screams, dances with joy when some politician turns around and grins at them. But nobody ever does anything. One day they'll learn. But not today. And it definitely won't be tomorrow. Because nobody cares anymore. It's just... There's no compassion left in society. They just don't give it to us. It's as simple as that. And one day they'll have to. Unfortunately, the way that I look at it, it just might be too late.
Go on, look here. Put that bugger up there, look. Go on. Here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Choice of any. Not for 5. Forget about 4. Won't ask you 3. And forget the price of a couple of quid. That is 190, 180, 170, 160. And I won't even ask the price of a level 150. She says, how can he do it? Well, I'll tell you, love, it's what I call summer stock. You see, some of them's nicked, some of them's borrowed, some of the buggers aren't paid for. That's how we can do it.
What was it you wanted on?
I want Joe.
Yeah, just Joe.
Just Joe.
Joe, you want it small, large?
Small.
Small, right. If you lift your shirt up then. Expose your area.
Give me that China set there, Sue. Give me a nice China set here, one hand up, one by, clear it off the stand. Yeah, a nice China set. One under, one buyer for a nice China set there. I'll see if I can move you on the way. Never mind the shop price. The correct price you can pay for a China cup of saucer. £3 a cup of saucer, £18 that set. One under, one buyer. I'll clear it off the stand.
finished. Yeah. Too bad, was it?
I'm not even charging £6. You're going to have a go. One of you carry it off the stand. Here, I said £6, £5.50, £5.25. I'll see if I can. If this, I don't believe this today. We're at Sneinton. Here, I'm not even charging £5, 10 pence. I'll charge you a fiver for it. Okay, there? Lady there's got that.
Tattoos are probably more popular now than they've ever been. They're more popular than they've ever been for as long as I've been tattooing. That's what, 12 years. Basically, because you're getting a lot more women having them done now. You probably do nearly as many women as blokes. The only difference is you get blokes keep coming back, whereas women tend to just stick to the one. You get the odd woman now that's might have a few done. But traditionally, women have always had little stuff, whereas now they're starting to have bigger stuff done as well. Because basically, it's not so frowned upon as it used to be. That all right? Yeah, it's great.
Perfect turnaround, 5 for the quick girl. Done, yes, turnaround, 5 for 5.
I don't think the people in Sneinton would ever allow anybody to close this little market. And more people down here on a Monday and a Saturday than there is anywhere else in Nottingham. Hopefully, when that opens up, it'll open up the flow of people from this area up Goose Gate into the city centre. Boots are doing a bit over the back here. I don't know, if the eastern side of the country opens up, another bridge goes over the river, and it all comes over this way, people are spending a lot of money. City Challenge has helped a bit. At the end of the day, maybe we can all start earning a bit of money. People get jobs, they've got money to spend then, haven't they? The only one that will lose out then will be the DHSS.
I have to wind this clock up twice a week. You'd think they'd get an electric motor by now. These are the old private baths. They're not used very often. You get 1 or 2 old age pensioners using them because they get a free bath. But they're still in quite good working order.
Years and years ago, everybody knew everybody, and it still is the same today. And if they make it the way they think they're going to make it, what they're going to do with it, it won't just exist. You know what I mean? It'll take Sneinton heritage away. I mean, I can walk down the road, I can talk to him. Everybody talks to everybody. But if they're going to make it like a little convent garden, like they say they are going to, it just won't. It'll take all the atmosphere away. There'll be no atmosphere. Sneinton will be gone.
I think inevitably there will be some change in character. But when I look at somewhere like this and I think of what's happened elsewhere in the country, I don't think this is going to be, say, Nottingham's version of Covent Garden. I see this as being a rather more gritty, more locally based regeneration programme with real opportunities for small companies within the city to develop and expand, building upon the character of the area.
We've lived here all our lives, like, you know. You get a Scotchman, a Scarser, Lapman, Crackhead, anybody can walk in this pub and everybody's made welcome. Yep. Nobody's segregated. That's Sneinton.
Really, we see this as a major opportunity for creating maybe up to over 500 new jobs within the city. opportunities for a whole range of existing businesses to expand, let alone new businesses to move in. Of course, the environment will change. The buildings will be refurbished, but they're going to alter in terms of what they're going to look like, and certainly the external environment's going to alter. At the moment, it's rather run down and in many ways rather squalid. Our objective there will be to repave, reduce the amount of traffic coming through the area, make it look a lot more pleasant. In other words, make it a much more attractive place for people to come and visit, to shop and to work.
But they start changing this place, and that's it.
They'll change
split us
everybody.
all up. They're going to split us all up. We're not of this togetherness anymore. We're going to have the same old
Just
story.
imagine, can you
Black one
imagine
side, white the other.
benches, shop units on Sneinton Market, benches, palm trees and whatever, and you've got a wet and dry house around the corner. It's just not going to work. They'll be swinging on them palm trees. It won't last, it just won't last.
This is the lounge area. Once you've been here and found yourself a place to sit, you go through into the wet area, which comprises of 3 hot rooms. They're gradually hotter, so the first one's the coolest. You get used to that. You go through into the next one, and then finally you go into the really hot room. We also have the Russian vapor room, which is same again is for opening your pores and relaxation. You get all the rubbish out of your skin, and you're supposed to go in there, let your pores open, sweat a bit, go into the cold shower, which cleans it off. And then say finally, after you've done everything in there, you should be coming out all relaxed and fresh as a daisy, really.
Yes, can I help you?
I'd like to book in, please.
Certainly. Have you been here before?
No.
What's your name, please?
Anthony Edward Truitt,
Right. And where have you come from?
Leicester.
Where were you staying there? What sort of
Parents.
accommodation did you have?
Parents, mum and dad.
Right. Why did you have to leave your parents' house?
Fed up, you know.
Just fed up?
Yeah.
Right.
Nowhere to go home.
If you just go through to the residence lounge, Tony, I'll be with you in about 5 minutes. Thank you. We have men as young as 17 and others as old as 82. So there's a wide range of ages. And as I say, from a variety of backgrounds. Some have an alcohol problem, some have a mental health problem. Some are here simply because they find life difficult outside a centre like this. And in other cases, it's simply because of some emergency in their life.
I first seen this place built about 1931, 32, because I lived in the slums down near the Moss. And we used to play around there when we was kiddies. I used to get sent me to school. Yeah, I was a good boy then, but anyway, when I had to go in the army, when I came on leave, I was courting a young lady round there. And we used to book in there when we was in the war, which was just show you army papers, and they claimed the rent off the War Office. It didn't cost the servicemen nothing. But same as John, when I come out after the war, come back here, we used to pay a shilling a night, about 6 bob a week.
And it's been very good. Well, you can see for yourself, like, I mean, one cubicle of man here, if you're drunk, you can go away in and read a book.
Keep yourself clean.
That's what I mean.
That's what we do, with the company.
But it was disappointing, like, you know, because this fountain, why it's coming down, I don't know. I mean, it didn't seem nothing wrong with it.
No. We enjoyed it, and just stay in.
Oh, that's been
no trouble. And just look after yourself and look after number one, and that's it.
Bookies, everything's handy. I mean, you've bookies shops and plenty of pubs.
women chasing
The only
you.
thing
You
use
just
young
get out
fellas
of
now,
breath.
you see, you use young fellas, that's the trouble, isn't it?
Lid, please, gentlemen.
Lord, I feel like going home. I tried and I failed, and I'm tired and weary. Everything I ever done was wrong, and I feel like